Gohan is a brawler supporting character who is currently in contention for the best slot in his role. He has decent damage output, high mobility and sustain, access to stuns, and a strong passive that allows him to play a variety of strategies and divine card builds to suit his team's needs. Gohan's passive, the Friendship Boost, is what defines his entire game plan. When he's near another hero for a few seconds, Gohan is then tied to them and provided with a defense up. But what's much more important than that is the attack up he provides to the character he links to. Since his auto attack also applies stacks on his targets up to 3 times that lead to a strike defense down, this makes staying on the same page as your teammates an essential part of getting optimal engagements as Gohan. Knowing how to go same target with your lane partner both when farming XP and when engaging your opponents in lane to stack up buffs and debuffs is going to be your bread and butter, especially when you're in lane with a DPS character that has a melee auto attack. If you find yourself in lane with a character that has a key auto attack, you still have your skill 3 to fall back on. Gohan teleports to the selected teammate in range and creates a barrier, instantly linking to his target with a friendship boost and giving energy defense up to every teammate in range of the AoE. Enemies caught in the barrier receive energy defense down, letting you still play well with ranged DPS characters, but it can do tons of other stuff too. It lets you save lives against the many key-based DPS ultimates being dropped, and as long as you position well with your team, you can instantly reposition yourself to cover overextensions made by yourself or your teammates. You can also use it to switch targets and confirm kills, you can use it to go over walls, you can use it to get a good engage on a team fight with the energy defense down by grouping yourself up in a bunch of enemies. I mean, I really can't say enough good things about it. Pretty much its only downside is the fact that you're reliant on your teammates' positioning. This is easily Gohan's best skill, and probably one of the best tech character skills in the game currently. Max it out as soon as you can if you're playing with a team you can trust. But if you're solo queuing or unfortunately need to carry a game, I would recommend maxing out his skill 2 probably. It's a simple dash into a kick, and while there's a lot of skills in the game like it, I'd say his is probably one of the best in its category. It grows both in range and damage as you charge, with the fully charged range at max level being good for both escapes and engagements. The fully charged hits stuns as well, which can even combo into his ult for a quick pick on an enemy who's caught out. The regular version still has its use though, as it removes the enemy's ability to use their skills and auto attack for roughly 1 second on hit. This gives you an opportunity to coordinate with your teammate and try to burst them down, confirm a kill, maybe force out their vanish. Last of his skills is of course the Masenko on skill 1, and even though it's his weakest skill, that's mostly due to the others being so strong. The first quarter or so of the beam provides solid burst damage, with the rest of it dealing less damage but more knockback as you get further to its max range. It can combo with his stun for a quick burst damage engage, or you can use its pushback to cover escapes and reposition enemies to set up your teammates. That's about it, simple and effective. Then we have Gohan's most unique, yet also most disappointing feature, his 2-part ult Exploding Rage. When it's activated, Gohan gets Strike Defense up, provides Strike Attack up to his allies in the AoE, and it boosts his auto attack rate, improving its DPS. After performing the install version of the ult, a bar begins to tick down as a timer for your powered up state, during which you can activate the attack portion of the ult, called the Shattering Beam. When you do, Gohan will dash forward with a kick basically identical to your skill 2, stunning the enemy and teleporting back to where you casted the ult from to shoot a beam that explodes into AoE damage. This ult is far from bad, but it's definitely got its problems. See, you want to be using the first half around your whole team before a fight starts so you all go in buffed, dealing huge damage. But then you're missing out on the strong boosted auto attack damage that you get while your timer ticks down on the install, since you're looking for a spot to get your in with a stun and start hitting someone. This, combined with the big telegraph of Gohan powering up as the ult drops, makes it so it can't really be used as a panic ult in any way and is pretty much only for engaging. Try to pop it to clutch a 1v1 and you'll probably just get bursted. Try to pop it to save your team and then you remember that they just get attack, you get the defense. So, maybe pick 17 if you want that kind of ult. The Shattering Beam is much better though. It's decent for securing objectives and forcing Vanish out of the enemy team to escape the AoE damage, even if it doesn't compare to some of the other massive AoE ults the game is filled with. It's a bit awkward, but basically your best way to use this is going to be to pop the install around your team before a big team fight over an objective or a tower, and then use your great mobility to find a chance to combo a fully charged skill 2 into the Shattering Beam for big damage, or just to drop it raw and secure the objective for your team. Gohan's best feature is easily his flexibility. He slots well into pretty much any team comp due to his variety of buffs and debuffs, as well as being the best outright damage dealer of all the tech characters currently in the game. He only really faces competition from maybe Krillin in that area. Your goal is to win your lane and start roaming as soon as possible to help your team clutch objectives and win close fights, as your presence can turn a losing 1v1 into a win with one small stunner barrier, and any even-numbered fight becomes much more uneven when one side has a Gohan and the other doesn't. You can even run a variety of different combo card builds to fit the situation, the team comp, or just whatever suits your playstyle. Super Snowball and Pursuer are great when you pair them with DPS that you can dive with, like Super Saiyan Goku 18 or Trunks. Build Up, Steel Skin, and Solid Barrier are all really good for stacking with his defense buffs, and the barrier gives you some strong sustain. There's of course the classic blue build with Strategic Escape and Art of Decoy, which makes him a contender for the most mobile character in the game. The only card I'd argue Gohan wants every game is Limit Breaking Jump, since the second Vanish really helps as a character that needs to stay on the move and is likely your opponent's first target in a team fight. I think Shu is also a must-have as your helper. He helps Gohan control space even better, and honestly I think he's pound for pound the best tech helper in the game right now. Gohan pretty much succeeds in all aspects of the game right now. He's a team player, he has the ability to stun and deal burst damage, he's mobile and can slot into any comp of characters while providing guaranteed value. Your most preferred teammates will still be melee-oriented characters, with Goku, Trunks, and 18 all making some of the best duo comps in the game when paired with Gohan in the laning phase. Honestly, tanks in general also just love him. Pretty much any tank in the game becomes close to unkillable when Gohan is protecting them, especially Cooler. All of his skills have multiple varied uses, ensuring that he can always provide value to a team fight, and he's one of the best users of the combo cards in the entire roster, being able to run a variety of different builds, whether it be damage dealing, tanking, or support, depending on what his team needs. I think one of his only real downsides is having a slightly weaker ult than the other tech characters, since getting the most out of both halves of it is difficult, and both halves are telegraphed and punishable. Despite still being good in solo queue, he's also overly reliant on his teammates as well. While he's great at rotating, he literally needs to be glued to a teammate at all times to maintain his passive, especially when you don't have combo cards that increase your defense. You're also relying on your team to be positioned properly for both your ult and your literal best skill to be getting their most value. A lot of your game plan will be centered around creating a good situation for your team and sort of just hoping they act accordingly. Gohan may be instrumental at making good plays available, but he's not a playmaker himself, so you'll need to stay alive by keeping mobile and bouncing between the front and back lines as much as possible to get the most out of him. Like I said at the beginning, I think Gohan is easily top 3 in his role minimum. And as my most played character, and with how well-rounded, consistent, and flexible he is, I'm very confident saying that he is the best tech character in the game. Gohan gets a Z rank.